2, 1, go. Alright, so Pandora Tower is a Wii game, was released at the same time as Xenoblade Chronicles and The Last Story. You probably also already heard about Xenoblade. If you did not, then you probably heard about Shulk from, you know, Smash and stuff. But yeah, he has his own game. So here we are going to play as Aaron. As you can see, I have a pointer. I'm playing with my Wii remote. It's the best way to enjoy this game. And that means I can also point stuff at the game to show stuff. It's pretty cool. So you've got my HP here and my chain meter here, which is something we're going to explain later. Alright, so I've got my main weapon, that is the sword, and the chain that I'm using the cursor to use. My sword is just going to use A, and I can just take this. So you can do combos with your main item. So far I only have a sword. If you see the blue light, then you can release a strong attack, and then you are going to see a circle, and if I hit A at the right moment, which is not too hard to hit, it's going to release a combo that will give me some invulnerability frames. So that's pretty cool, but we're not really going to use that too much. The main item we're going to use is a chain. So the main story about the game is we're Aaron. We're just a soldier that deserted the army in the middle of a war, and we have a girlfriend, Elena. Hello, Elena. She has a curse. She's turning into a monster. It's not cool. We want to save our girl because we are pretty much in trouble at this point. And this lady Mavda is trying to help us. She's pretty weird. She has also a monster above that is like her husband. I don't know, it's weird. This game has some weird characters. Yeah, basically she tells us that to save Elena we need to give her months of flesh, and she ate it raw. And to fully save her from the curse, we need to give her the flesh from the certain masters, and they are all in the Pandora's Tower. Hey, it's like this game has a name for a reason. And Mavda is pretty much the person that you are going to talk to a lot during the run. In the casually, you're going to talk to both because you need to raise the affinity. As it was explained in German, the affinity is like this yellow bar on the left that arrived, and the higher it goes, the higher your affinity with Elena will be, and the better your ending will be. So there is 4 endings possible for this game. We are going for C ending, which is the easiest one to get. You literally just have to do nothing with your affinity and it's going to be fine. The ending, you really have to mess up to get it. And yeah, Mavda, you can buy stuff, you can sell stuff, you can upgrade weapon, you can repair items, you can do a lot of stuff with Mavda. She's pretty helpful, even though we don't really know why she's helping us, and she seems a bit weird. We don't really know if she's actually helping us or if she's just trying to abuse us. It's weird. Alright. So obviously, since this is a speedrun, I'm not going to kill any monster on the way. And yeah, by the way, this is a timer for Elena. If it runs out, she's going to... it's game over. And we're going to see the equipment menu. So you can equip items. I have to equip the thing. It gives me 30 more HP, that's not a lot. We really won't care about items that give me extra life. I'm gonna care though about healing items, because I'm really likely to take a lot of damage throughout the run. So here in this beehive, the head is always at the same place, so you just have to yank the protection to the head and then just do a 1 combo on it. It's done. So far it's very straightforward. This is really just a dungeon to make you learn how to play the game. As we explained, there are certain towers, so there will be certain dungeons in this game. And as you could see, and you probably guessed, there's no overworld. So it's basically just an adventure game with only dungeons, no overworld, no random stuff. You just do dungeons, and you come back to save your fiancé. And here, it really is just a tutorial. You learn how to use a chain, how to use your main weapon, which door you gotta unlock, how you gonna unlock them. It's a great place to start learning. And it's one of the easiest towers to do too. So I'm just taking a book here. It doesn't seem interesting at all for now. But books is basically the main source of money in this game. Because every time you pick a book in the towers, Mavda will try to buy it for you. Buy the information. And even casual, like, it's the main source of money you're gonna get. And I rated that pretty sure really. It turns out that with a new route that I'm going to use here that I've never actually streamed before because I worked on this game during ASA and I found some new cool strats. Yeah, I'm going to pick all the books that are on my way that actually give me money because there are some that just don't give anything at all. Alright, so those doors, pretty important. They are called chain doors, and you need to open all of them and destroy the thing in every dungeon to get to the boss. It's the only thing you gotta do. So, yeah, it's really is your main objective. Pick that, please. That's important. And since this is the first dungeon, there is only going to be one chain to destroy. Alright. We're coming up to the boss, the first boss. That is really not the boss. It's, again, a tutorial for the rest of the game. We're gonna learn how to kill a boss in Pandora's Tower. So you've got the chain. So far I explained it's mainly for platforming. But it's also a weapon. Very important against bosses because it's the only way to damage bosses, as you can see right now. So every time I pull, I'm going to deal some damage over time. And if I yank the chain, which you're going to see at some point, I try to do that, but it don't work because sometimes it's kind of wonky. I was why did... Okay. Also, I hope you guys will enjoy the music. We're gonna have enough time to talk about the music in this game, but this one is quite something. So I try to stay on the side of the boss so that it doesn't attack me right away. It works sometimes, not always. Why am I still close to him?
Time for a donation?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
We have $5 from an anonymous donor who says, nice to see Pandora's Tower get some love, let alone at ESA. Really liked the game casually back in the day and can't wait to see how the speedrun will be. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you. So this is like his usual attack is the first time he uses it, but somehow RNG is really a thing in this game, and it's mainly around bosses. And I'm really scared Search Run because the run has a lot of RNG. And the 235 that I submitted, I'm always been very scared of that because it's like a really low estimate compared to what the game can give me and all the terrible things that can happen throughout the run. Hopefully this won't be too much of a problem. And I will be underestimated. So far, all the practice runs I did were underestimated, just so you know. I know what I'm doing, but it can happen. Overestimate can happen here. And alright, that was the first master. And now we are going to give the master flash to Elena. If I have time near the end of the run, I'm going to show one of those cutscenes that I'm skipping, because it's like one of the best and worst thing in this run is just sitting through this cutscene and watching Elena eat this raw flesh that looks absolutely disgusting, and it's probably absolutely disgusting. And also considering that the religion in this game that Elena has is the Eosian religion, which forbid to eat any kind of flesh, whether it's pork, beef, or whatever. So you go from suddenly not eating flesh to suddenly eating monster flesh that is raw, because you need to save yourself, and meanwhile you've always been taught that eating flesh is bad. Just it's pretty awful. It really is pretty awful. Alright, second tower. Teardrop Spire. There we go. So, as the first one was tree based, this one is rock based, and we're going to learn a few other gimmicks about this game pretty soon. Actually, right now. First force fight against this monster. Finally, someone has actually a sword right now, but I'm still not gonna fight them because all I care about is grabbing this thing and just going up. So I'm just going to throw them with the chain. Again, somehow it's a very useful item. It's like the best thing in the game. Like I explained in one sentence how to use the main weapon of the game, which is the sword or whatever you have. That's it. The chain, however, has a ton of uses. By the way, this was a book, but it's only 15 layouts, and I need 800 every tower, because I did some shopping right before coming here. I bought an Umbrium and a Mobilium. Umbrium allow me to go sneaky around enemies, and I won't be noticed for a good 30-40 seconds. Mobilium will just allow me to move faster. So obviously you can probably understand why it's cool. It's the only thing that I will actually buy every time, because I can only buy one instances of these items for every tower. So I gotta be really careful with how I use them. Not really Mobilium, because Mobilium is like saving you. I can't aim. There we go. Mobilium is saving like 10 seconds every time you use you move. You use one. Mobilium, Umbrium can save like up to 2 minutes. It's crazy how useful the Umbrium is. Alright, so here you are going to learn how to kill bats, kill little enemies like that, because you can use your chain. It's just doing that. This, and I'm not going to kill you because I can dodge you. So yeah, even though like I'm just supposed to open the doors and can skip any fights, trying to skip fighting an enemy is pretty hard considering how difficult it is to pull the door and kill and dodge the enemy at the same time. So it's most of the time just better to kill the enemies on your way. You can sort of deal pretty well with one enemy on the screen, but more than one is going to be a nightmare and you're not going to be able to do anything. So you're gonna either have to fight them or use an Umbrium. That's it. That's the only options you have. Is it? We'll see later. So there's something cool that's going to come, and it's new. It's very new. I found it as ESA, and I was very surprised that it worked, and it's very cool. It's gonna only happen one time, and I will show it off later on. And this bird is just here to troll you if you don't kill him, because most of the time he attacks you, and you just have to dodge him. It's really hard. And dodging takes time. It's not going to help you to progress through the towers. So yeah, I kind of tend to not really do that very well because I'm just very greedy. Alright, so as you can see, those doors are not supposed to be open. You are supposed to fight those guys to open the door, but turns out you can also open them by just using your chain. Which means that there is really virtually no fights that you actually have to do. But considering we have a very limited amount of Umbrium you can use throughout the game, we are going to have to do some fights. Or like just pray for RNG to not kill us, or just... yeah. Just throwing those birds away usually makes them not come back. Depends, sometimes they won't come back. There is 2 birds here, so like I got only one and he arrived very late, so I should just open the door while he come and try to do an attack. I'm just too fast. Alright, that was the tower. Now I just have to climb to hit the boss, which is the only non-RNG boss, or like the RNG is very non-existent. Because there's, I still feel like there is some sort of RNG on this boss. But it's the only boss that I can't execute probably like 70% of the time. It's just stupid. Nice powder. I might have to move a little bit sensor because it's derping a little bit on the left upper left corner. Yeah, have to do that now. There we go. Again, since most of the gameplay is used with the sensor, I've not really been able to practice with this setup, so hopefully it won't throw me too much. It should be fine throughout the run, but if I just like, yeah, if you see the pointer just doing weird things, it's probably not me. Anyway, this boss is very straightforward. You just have to stay behind him all the time. And he's going to try to put his head in front of us. Oh, that's not good. As much as possible, and we're going to try to stay in his back as much as possible. If I ever see his head, it's going to be terrible. But hopefully that won't happen. Okay, this is happening. This is actually happening. Oh my god. So every boss is... Alright. Do your thing, boss. It's okay. As I said, I'm terrible at this boss fight. I can't do it properly. Oh, hit the thing! Thank you. Alright, so I was supposed to trigger the second phase when I was against this wall. Just do it now. Be here to bait him, to turn on the left. And then he's going to full turn on the left, which is not going supposed to do fully. Oh! This boss is fun. This boss is fun. Just love it. And I love not being able to dodge. I love not being able to hit. This is... okay. No. Seems like it... oh. This is interesting. I'm not stuck anymore. Okay. I think I got him in a loop for some reason. I've never died before. I can safely say that. It's pretty interesting. I need to engineer that after this run. See if that's replicable, because that means the boss is very free. Alright. We got through that. Not very good. But it's just a pain. It's a very easy boss. There is a strat, you just execute the strat, you're fine, and they just can never do the strat properly. So, the music in this game is pretty interesting. As we're going to give the second Master Flash. Did I not give that earlier? Okay. It was So not giving the notes on the after the first hour is saving me like, I don't know, maybe 2 deck boxes sometimes. Saving is for scrubs. Don't need to save, it's slow.
Yes, it's just
Elena is having some strange dreams at night after she eats a mass of flesh. We don't really know why. They are shown in the cutscenes that I skipped. Oh, nice. This is the main theme of the game. You can hear Elena sing.
so it's time.
And if you have any music culture, you will
You don't.
likely recognize Liszt's Liebestraum, which is a love story from Liszt. And it's only a piano piece. You can find it on YouTube super easily. And it's just a love story between two people that is kind of sad, but you know they are at least always together. And that's pretty much the whole game. It's very sad. It's kind of tragic, but they are still together through the pain, and they still love each other. There is two main themes on this game. We'll most likely not hear the second one. I don't think so. Second one being Verdi's Tierra, which is the apocalypse, the end of the world, the final days, whatever you want. It's a very, very, very strong music. So we've got these two musical themes that are the main theme of the game, and it's kind of interesting. A love story and the end of the world. If you like, don't really have the time nor the knowledge to explain everything about the music in this game, but it really is an amazing work, using a lot of classic pieces to just give a bit bigger emotional sense to the whole game. And it's really something that I love about the game. It's the way the scenery works. There is the music. There is also how the story is told, how the line works, how everything in the scenery of the game is very, very good. It's very, very well done. As long as you have the references to understand everything, of course. Which I kind of learn every day. Alright, so that room is kind of trolly. Jumping on this platform down there, it can be annoying, and sometimes around you is just not jump and just go down the slope and trying to grab it. And this is also a very weird one because you gotta hold left, but it should be like up left. It's just weird. And sometimes up left works, but not left. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed the Atosian blade, the giant sword I had, because we're not going to see that ever again. Because the weapon that I just picked, the twin blades, give me lower attack and lower defense, which I don't really care about. What I care about is the speed I have with that, and I move, and this is the weapon that allows me to move the fastest. And this is the first time I'm using a Nombrarium. As you can see, I'm completely unnoticed by the monsters. And that's why Umbrarium is very good. You just have to know where to use them, as well as possible, and you're going to have a very, very fast route. Problem is, there's levels in this game, and not killing any monsters means that going to end at very low level. It's not too much of a problem because I'm mostly using the chains for boss battles because it's really only the battles that I have to do. But the thing is, there is one boss in particular that will be a nightmare because I'm under level. So alright, there is a quick cycle in the next room that I can do. I'm missed it on the previous run I did, but it's just like the first time I ever missed it for a while, so hopefully it should be very, very fine. Right, just need to drop down, roll. Everything nice. So that's still a pretty easy cycle to get, as long as you don't mess up anything. If you miss it though, it's like 20 seconds lost. Right, so here, hopefully I'm gonna get a mobilium. No, that was just money. So those 3 boxes can drop mobilium. I can get up to 2. And as I said, any mobilium I get, it's going to save about 10 seconds. It's not that much, but it always helps. And this is a giant room of the tower. It's kind of weird. There is fishes in it. We don't like fish, so we're just going to kill it. It's just fine to kill the fish because if we let him alive, he's going to hit us while we ride this platform. But if we kill it, we still have enough time to reach the platform, hopefully. Alright, so final chain of the tower, and then we're going to hit a boss that is pretty damn hard, considering we're only at the 3rd tower. It can attack you from various positions, and if you try to deal damage to it, and like try to dodge, it's very hard to do both at the same time. I'm going to take a lot of damage on it on purpose to be able to just deal with him as fast as possible. So it's very likely that I die. Thankfully, during the menu that I for the twin blade, I equipped the 2 sage stone that I got throughout the 2 first hours. It's resurrection stone pretty much. It's going to give me my whole life if I die. So no game over, hopefully. If I get a game over here though, that's like just the worst ever. So you've got this laser by the things. You've got these blue orbs that just go on your chain and try to hit you on your hand. And you've got another thing that are the cannons that are going through the same place. Okay, I'm taking a hit here. Oh no! Okay. And those cannons just aim at you and you have to destroy the bullets they send you. So basically, I really can do everything at the same time if I wanna to deal the damage. Right, second phase. Tentacles appeared. It's actually easier than the first phase, hopefully, if I get this pattern. So this pattern, the boss stops moving, and it just do things doing stuff. Where did that hit come from? This is fine. Just going to go slowly around. Alright, this should be it. So just have to kill it. There we go. We've got a third mass of flesh. Pretty okay fight. If you couldn't understand the lyrics in the boss fights, it's actually Latin. If you look at the lyrics for this game, it's pretty interesting. It's basically just at some point you just yell all the elements in this game.
I
Elements.
was worried.
Um, darkness, light,
One
rocks, water, forests. I'm forgetting some of them, but yeah, you basically got the idea. And it's a male voice. Important to note for later. I always forget some of the cutscenes, how they work. 'Cause sometimes you gotta press A plus, sometimes you gotta press A depending on what's happening. I forgot about this there.
What can I do? Here's what that.
Kinda hard to remember the right text that you are supposed to mash and when to press the right option when you're not used to the language. Because I'm French and I don't know any word of German.
I'm so. This cut. Thank you.
So the first time we met with Selena, which is the cutscene we saw, it was basically Aaron was deserting the army, and she was saved by Elena's army. And so Aaron is from Athos. Elena is from Elysia. Those two countries are in war. So basically, what happened to Aaron is he deserted the Ottoman army, and he went in the in Elysia. So he's not really welcomed here because the two countries are still in war. They are still fighting pretty hard. So yeah, we're pretty much not supposed to be here. So this is a new strat compared to anything that you could have seen anywhere. Even in the ending, we never skip this fight. Turns out I've changed my Umbarium uses throughout the run, and I shouldn't use a Mobium here because there is a lot of movement. That way I'm going to be able to skip more fights, but it's a little bit more RNG. I'm not sure why I'm going for this in a marathon setting. But I tested everything and I should be fine. Still kind of want to do this one room just to be safe. I'm gonna skip it. We want some cool strats here. We want some speed. That's like even if that's not really safe, there is some patterns that then kill me later on. I should still be very fine. Or it did happen. At worst, I'm just going to have to kill them, which is going to do an extra room rather, and it's just going to cost like what 3 minutes. And I saved one here, so okay, works. And the strat is cool. I want to show the new strats I have, so that we don't blame me for having some unlisted strat. So this room we are skipping it in the end. We used to not skip it in CN. However, there are so I used 2 extra Umbarium. Thankfully, there is 2 extra room that we can skip later on without Mobium. Right. So the Crimson Peak is a very fun tower to do because it has a lot of movement, a lot of use of the chain. It looks very fancy if I get everything right, especially this room. So there is a quick cycle you can get here that saves, I don't know, maybe 10 seconds. Again, it's really a thing of don't mess up and everything will be fine. So double rolled here because it's a way to dodge enemies. Allow me to get a little bit more distance, and here we go. We're fine. It looks super scary, but it really is just fine as long as you don't mess up anything. And if you mess it, you start over for the whole room and you lose like what, 30-40 seconds. This crash time power stone in English, it can give me a little bit of damage boost, both on my chain and on my first weapon, main weapon. However, it breaks like very easily. Should not last like 4-5 hits. So I'm really just picking it because why not? There's a high chance that if anything breaks, it's gonna be this. This room is also pretty damn cool. I'm being surrounded by peppers. I don't know, it might mean something. I went there a little bit safe. You can go way faster doing that, but it's just if you fall down, you just have to redo the whole thing. It's super tedious. I usually don't pick that, but oh, where is it? Come on, thank you. Usually don't keep that, but it's probably gonna be helpful. I can see a lot of dogs in chat. Nice, nice job, audience. You did it. Alright, so this boss is cool. It can be done in 2 cycles. If I get bad RNG, I'm losing 40 seconds every extra cycle. It's really just RNG if I get extra cycles, though. So yeah, I gotta send my chain to 2 shoulders, 2 arms, and to the head of the body so that I can hit the mass of flesh again. It's pretty cool to do casually, but when you are speedrunning this game for as long as I've done, it's a pretty free boss. Alright. Am I getting a good cycle? Looks like it. Right, there we go. First cycle done. Hopefully I can get the 2 cycle. I can't get 4 cycle now anymore. Because I have to start this cycle early, because anyway he's going to go in enraged mode and go down. Because if it doesn't have that, then you can just infinite him to death. Alright, so this is a new attack that he got after going in his second phase. Using the double sword. Up till now he could only use one. Alright, this is going to be sketchy. Oh good. I lied. And you're doing that. Not cool, game. So here, this is the attack that he tried to do when I got a good cycle. He's trying to regenerate all his parts. So you have to use your chain to destroy them, otherwise they are going to come back. Alright. Good RNG. Yes. We're only getting 2 cycle, we're not going to lose 40 seconds for any extra cycle. Nice. Timing is kind of tough sometimes. It was just fine. First dungeon down. We still have 9 to go. 9 towers left. And the 13th tower. 13 towers, sorry. And we still have male voice during the bosses too. It's still male bosses. And so the text that I just got, it's the untranslated note, the note that we got on the first boss that I picked up. It's giving me 500 more lots, and if you read that, you're going to see that it's a testimony from a vessel. We don't really know what the vessels are. Why there's a testimony in the boss rooms? It's kinda weird. It's just Who knows? Maybe we'll learn more throughout the story. Oh, and she's having a bite nightmare. Poor waifu. And as always,
What do you need?
we're giving Mavda our text. She's giving us money, and we're investing that on the mobilium and Rombarium because it allows us to go fast. Even though, like, I don't use them in every tower, that means that I can use them in other towers, which is pretty damn helpful. And let's go for Ironclad Tower. Pretty nice tower. I kinda like it, but I kinda dislike it too. Also, this is where we're going to see if the new strat I got is going to work out. So there's two patterns in the room coming up that can be fine. There is one, however, that can just screw me over. And it's generally fine to get through the room. But knowing this is a marathon run, this is probably just going to end terribly. So I'm supposed to, up until now we used the Numbarium in this next room. And I found out by accidentally not using one that you can get through somehow without using the Numbarium. So hopefully I will be fine here. Alright, that's bad. No, we're fine. This can't do me anything. Still kind of scary, but it's just fine. This room is very cool to do optimally. Just do everything without losing any time after you hit the first switch. Oh, and yeah, if you're wondering for how long I've been awake, you are asking a question to the audience on the chat, because I can also read the chat. I have a pretty messed up sleep schedule today. And throughout this whole marathon, I woke up at 7 p.m. yesterday, and I went to bed at 1 p.m. yesterday too. Don't ask, I don't even know why I have this sleep schedule, but hey, anyway. This is the main room of the Ironclad turret. It's pretty cool. So far there is nothing we can do except going here and oh, there's a switch here. I'm gonna hit it and that's going to activate the whole tower. Now we can hear the music again. This theme, by the way, that we hear at the beginning gives one of the it's exactly the notes that you have for the introduction of one of Verdi's orchestral music. It goes on for something a little bit more joyful, but here just not joyful at all. So just showing how sad this how lonely Aaron is in the towers. Like every time he's in the towers, he's thinking about Elena. Because every time you destroy the chain of a tower, and now he's going to have a little cutscene where he wonders about how Elena is doing right now. Because reminder, he's leaving his waifu alone with a very mysterious lady having a very weirdo husband on their back, all alone, and she's being hit by a curse that is transforming her into a monster every time throughout the day, as long as Aaron doesn't bring her monster flesh. And the cutscenes are kind of sad too. Like it's very, or rather, I should say pathetic, because like every time the time advances, like around here on the timer, where I pointed my pointer, Aaron is going to transform to have her face transforming and her whole body transforming into a monster a little bit. And she has 3 transformations like that. How can you hit me, Mr. Guy? Thank you. This is um, this is a safe spot because there is a ore here, and the player is supposed to destroy it. The game, for some reason, just go like, yeah, the enemies can destroy it, so you can stand here and you're never gonna be hit, except apparently today. It's the thing. Whatever. And let's just say that I wasn't positioned right and that is just fine. So this note is going to take forever to translate. It's because it's going to allow me to get extra stuff to create, because you can create stuff with the items you get in the towers. And getting this note and translating it allow me to actually be able to create more stuff. We're not going to care about that, we just care about the 100 layouts it gives for the end game, and it takes literally no time to take it anyway, so might as well grab it. So this is where the tower is kind of annoying, because you gotta wait for cycles, and I'm not sure if it's general cycles or RNG. Sometimes it feels like it's general cycles, sometimes it feels like it's RNG. I just don't know. Maybe it's general cycles that are RNG, and it's just weird. Don't ask. All I know is that sometimes I have to wait and sometimes it's fine. But still, the climb is pretty cool, as long as you get good cycles and don't have to wait like a billion of minutes. This is a fun room. You're just welcomed by this guy that is trying to destroy you, and if you don't know about it, you're gonna get hit hard. But yeah, even though like it seems I'm breezing through stuff, even casually, this game is pretty. It's a good challenge, and you can make it even more challenging by just not picking up items. Just you can do a lot of stuff in this game to make it harder than what it actually is. But yeah, this boss is pretty stupid. Nice roll. All I have to do is use my attacks, let him attack, and wait for it to overhit. Because this is Ironclad turret, obviously the boss is going to be metallic, kinda. And every time he does his attacks, he's starting to overhit. Every time I deal attack, he's starting to overhit. And there is a 4-cycle strat that I found out. Hopefully I can get it. It's really just timing based. I tried to go for the injury frame, but yeah. Oh yeah, also. Oh wait, no, I'm not going to explain anything because I need to find stuff. Alright, that was pretty good. Alright, so every cycle takes about a minute, and every time I'm in a combo like this, I have some invulnerability frames, so that means I can just stay here and be fine. As long as I know what I'm doing, that is. And since I'm in front of him, he's actually burning his overheating a little bit faster with his own attacks. That looks like really low damage. Yeah, that's really low damage. He was supposed to go in second phase here. Alright, it's fine. We're getting an extra cycle. Like the timing is really tight between the moment where he actually recovers and you can't yank, and the timing where I get the 4-cycle strat. It's really like between half seconds, and there is really no way to tell when to end the cycles. Alright, so this one is very free because I just have to wait for it to wake up. Damn, I was really far behind. I really mistimed this. This time is very hard. Not cool. It's okay, I've got 2 others. Alright, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's way better. I think I mistyped that by like half a second every time. I somehow managed to guard this. I don't know how. Do something, Mr. Boss? Thank you. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. 5 cycles. I lost a minute to a good boss. It's fine. It's fine. I'll just say that it balances out the new strat. Because the new strat pretty much saves a minute for every Umbra that I used in the Crimson Keep. And since I got good RNG, well, I saved 2 minutes so far with new strats. Hopefully I don't lose more.
I was worried.
Yeah.
Here's the
There's that thing you asked me to translate, Aaron. Master Flash. It's okay. I played this game too many times that I actually know of most of NS line. It just happens. And as you can hear, NS is talking a lot in this game. But have you ever heard any line of Aaron? Well, even if you don't skip any cutscenes, the only lines that you can hear from Aaron is probably just 1 or 2 times him saying Elena. And that's it. He's not a man of word.
I've got you. Here's
Alright, do I have enough?
you
Yes.
saw something? Oh, you don't?
So I just put an adamantium. So the idea is pretty good. It gives you extra damage whenever you use it for about the same length as the Umbrarium, which is like 30-40 seconds. And oh hey, I have access to 5 more towers now. So using that is going to make this tower even worse. Also, this is where I'm going to determine whether or not this run is going to be underestimated or not. Because whatever the start I had, whatever happens in this tower is going to determine whether this run is good, or if it's mediocre or average, or completely trash. Why? Because there is a fun boss at the end. It's really all I have to do. Just Arcadian Tower is where you live or die. 'Cause remember, I'm about like level 7 entering the tower. You're supposed to be like to have like twice more level. So, ooh, that was weird, Aaron. Please don't do that again. Anyway, we can welcome back flowers. This is again the forest gimmick. Forest base temple, and we have flowers again. And sometimes the chain glitches out like that, and even though it really shouldn't, even though I said I don't care about this, it's still 38 HP. No, this is not what I'm supposed to do. Here we go. Alright, so adamantium here gives me extra damage. That saves like, I don't know, maybe 7 seconds? Again, that's kind of new strat. I figured that ESA. Right, let's see. So killing this flower here is kind of a seconds break because you're supposed to come back in a very annoying room to kill it, but thankfully you can just kill it here. It saves a lot of backtracking. Also, this is a military site that I picked up in the room where I'm supposed to use Umbrella, but I did not because new strat. If you can actually follow what I'm doing. The military site has the highest attack, highest defense, but it's super slow. So you probably remember Iron going super slow because you just played with the military site all the time. Oops, sorry. That was... So if you swing your nunchuck, you can do some cool stuff like that with the chain. Alright. So this is pretty much the only room that I'm actually going to clear in this run, FYI. Well, there is two more, but clearing them, no, please, open the door. This is the only room that I'm going to clear normally. Alright, so first of water, I don't know how to speak German. I don't know why, so I'm sorry for any people in Germany watching me. Veteran water is the item that I just picked. It allows me to fully charge my chain every time when I use it. So as you could see, damage over time on bosses is probably the best way to use your chain. However, the damage over time doesn't actually work at all against normal monsters. It's really just when you yank the chain that you actually deal damage to them. So the veteran water is pretty cool for that. Also, something I did not explain and why being on the level doesn't matter too much is because every time you clear a tower, your chain damage actually increases a little bit. So it's like level, sure, level matters for chain damage, but it doesn't matter too much. Please, not that. So okay, this is me. If I can grab this. This enemy is going to die pretty fast. It's not dead though, because I get defense down. So the big thing with the defense down is not really that I care about having defense down status. It's just that I'm not going to be able to roll right after a combo, which is making the combos go faster. So I will have to wait to do it the slow way. I hate not being able to roll right after any combo. It's slow. So if you're wondering about those guys behind me doing some memes, they are my French buds. Pretty much like every French people at the SA. There are a few more, but yeah, it's my team. I have to stick with them, sadly. Alright, so I just picked up an Ambrosia, which is basically like the best item in the game. It gives full HP and then it gives completely restores my chain, just like the first one water, so it's very cool. Alright, so time to see if I'm gonna get troll. Alright, this is the worst possible room you can get. Had to happen. And when this happened, I can basically... I actually don't really know what to do. I just hope that this hit, because then it's going to take forever. So, since my Umbarium route is very tight, I actually can't use an Umbarium here, because sometimes there is no giant moss here. Yeah, looks like the inhibitor ore didn't work. Alright. Oh, I know, wait. Sensor bars are fun. The company that made this game is Gambarian. They probably just did this game that is pretty good, as far as I know. Oh god. Now I'm hungry, guys. Okay, so we destroyed all the chains. Now we just have to head to the boss. And as I explained earlier, this boss is going to determine whether or not I get a good time. So the idea is I'm going to describe everything now, because I'm going to focus after that. Because it's just such an intense boss. I'll have to destroy this shell, just like the other flowers up until now. So it's going to take forever because I have a very low level and very bad equipment. And then I'm gonna be able to destroy her. Thing is, it can restore its shell if it goes in the light circle. Time to focus. And also the music change. It's not male core, but a women core. And if you paid attention at the first room of the tower, it was a female statue instead of a male statue. And if you like try to imagine a bit, this boss looks like a girl. I know it's hard, but alright. First part done. So I have a lot of stuff to do that I can do to actually be able to deal with him and avoid him as much as possible to go in the light area. And this is one. And hopefully there is a glitch too that I'm gonna try to show. Okay. It's very... It really depends on the situation though. So maybe I won't be able to show it. Farm having a very good RNG on this. Alright, let's see. And smart boss is smart, just killed himself. So when it's done like that, I can just infinite him. It won't do anything. Problem is, having him taking that much damage on his shell is just impossible with my setup right now. And he got this new attack that is very annoying. No! Grab the boss. Alright. Let's see. This is another. Yeah. work. So there is a glitch. At this point I'm probably not going to be able to show it. That I'm the only one able to replicate ever. It's whenever you throw the bomb. Yo, I got it! Nice. So you see this bomb right there. It's not exploding for some reason, but it's still here. I call that the infinite bomb glitch, and the boss is always taking damage on the bomb, and he's always trying to heal, and he's not able to do that, which realizes completely this boss fight. And up until now, I always thought that you needed the boss to take the hit to trigger this glitch, but I was wrong. You actually just need to put it on the wall, and for some reason, sometimes it doesn't explode. Whew! 106, that's a nice time. Oh, hey, there's Pinkie Pie in the cache now. No, not now. At some point, whenever I'm trying to destroy a chain, it's probably a good time.
Is everything all right? I haven't.
For a second, I thought that it was someone at the host that was saying, "Is everything all right?" That was super confusing. All right. Where is Elena? She disappeared. We don't know where she is, and this is worrying.
What can I do? Here's what.
But before that, we're just going to do our shopping, just like usual. And by the way, Helena with an H is only in the German version, and it's not even her name on the Japanese version. All right, so this is the best cutscene of the game. Before endgame, like some of the endings are just very, very good. So this is the only line that Aaron actually says here. Elena is considering suicide for a second, and that's why she's up there. Instead, she just see Aaron and just start crying, and Aaron saves her, and she's like, and she goes, even as this hideous beast, would you still love me? And Aaron says the only sentence that he actually says throughout the whole game, which is, never doubt that. So that is pretty strong. The feels are really strong in this game. Alright, so after the worst boss of the whole game, this is the worst tower of the whole game. Somehow in practice it manages to troll me in a way that I never thought would ever happen, but it did. So I can add like one extra troll potential to this tower to the like 10 possible it already had. It's fun. Alright, I've got some time for some baguette. Let's go. I think I ate too much in one bite. It's fine. If you have any time for donation, you need donations. I did it. Please grab the elixir. Thank you. Alright. Okay. Alright, so the little scorpions on the walls are just the worst thing ever. Hopefully they won't annoy me too much.
Sorry for the silence from us, but we were swapping hosts.
Oh, okay.
But as of now, we do have no donations.
Okay.
Good morning, you say.
Good morning, host. So yeah, after that packet arrived, I was going to speak about the scenery of the game in terms of the story and how how it's told. If you pay attention a little bit to the details, you're going to notice that everything in the story is developed not in the tower, but in the observatory, in the main room of the observatory. So all the action happens in one place. This might remind some people that had some classes about theater and classic theater that it's one of the rules for the classic theater, and if you think about it a little bit more, you're going to notice that this game is really just a giant Greek tragedy. Alright, time to get trolled by this guy. No, we're fine. Yeah, so yeah, this game takes a lot of the codes from the Greek tragedies, and it's even more a thing considering like the Japanese name, not the English name that I think about it are have a little bit of a Greek consonants, but the Japanese name are even clearer about the references to Greek mythology and Greek history, ancient Greece. That is, obviously. And considering, like, to explain a little bit what I was saying, the main character is doomed by fate to be transformed into a monster, yet the main characters are trying to change that, change his destiny. Is it going to happen? Now, the Great Tragedy would say that no, they are going to be, Elena is going to transform into a beast. But, you know, it's a modern game, so maybe it's not gonna happen. But there is a lot of hints that tell you that it has a high chance to happen. Also, the music, very pathetic music, considering one of the theme that you have throughout the game is Tchaikovsky's Pathetic. I can't recall which one exactly it is, because like every time I think about it, I'm like, hey, this is Tchaikovsky's Pathetic. Oh, that's the one. I just can never recall, but yeah, it really have this pathetic feeling. It's always towards Elena anyway, so I got the idea. Alright, first time I'm actually going to use the detonation ore. It's pretty powerful. Allow me to clear this room without any problem. I can see your message, dude. Alright, so this room can go very bad. It went pretty well. I nearly fell down. That would have been very bad. Alright, so we got the three door chains. We destroyed the 3 chains. Now we can go on to the boss. It's a pretty fun boss. It's not a fun boss when you don't actually know how to deal with him. But when you actually know all the strats that you can do on this boss, it's just a pretty fast boss. You'll see.
Do you have a quick time for donation?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
We have $3 from Esfasano saying, probably my last $3. I had to do it for that baguette, for la Bastille, for la quadrille, and that's all I got. I'm not good at French. Also, hey guys.
Thanks. Alright. Onward to the boss. So it's a giant scorpion. I'm going to spoil it. It can be done in 3 cycles. If you get good RNG, it's very, very, very unlikely that you get a 3 cycle here, but I'm gonna try. Hey boss, how are you doing? So usually you would go for the massive flash that is on the head. It's just faster to destroy all the legs first, because that's going to give us a tremendous more amount of time to deal damage to the head. Because otherwise, if you don't do that, and we didn't know that when we routed this game with Chopperman, by the way, shout out to him. This boss just took 10 more minutes than what it currently is. And to climb back again, I need to deal damage to the legs. It doesn't matter how much damage I deal. All that matters is the amount of hits that I do, which is very cool compared to the freaking Arcadian boss. Because otherwise, this boss would be a just a giant pain. Alright, I'm gonna get hit. Nice.
Can I get another quick donation in?
Yeah, I'm just going to.
We got an anonymous $3 donation saying legrandgrand il est mignon. It means he's cute.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
And we got another $3 donation from anonymous saying host should buy this guy a full-size baguette after the run ends.
It's even better when you have, like, I don't know, meat and cheese.
It should
Make
have
a
been
sandwich.
it should have been a donation goal, right?
Brings a run or a sandwich. Yeah, I mean, sure. If you want to set this up, I'm fine. All right, so now he's in second phase. He's going to try to charge me. I'm going to dodge that because if he hits me right now, it's going to one-shot me. And the leg is kind of out of bound right now. It's fine. It's not out of bound anymore. Sure, game, if you wanna.
We're putting up a goal to get you a baguette. So I hope you're hungry.
I'm quite hungry, actually.
Alright, we have now put up a new donation incentive for buying legrandgrand a baguette. It's currently at $100. Can we get it within an hour before the store opens?
Good job, guys. I love you all. Alright, I have a shot at the 3 cycle. No, I don't. I lied. So this is going to end on the 4th cycle, which is already pretty good.
So what would you like in your baguette?
I don't know, surprise me. No pineapple, please. That's all I ask.
People are gonna get triggered on the internet.
Alright, so isn't it like we're done with the most annoying thing ever?
Thank Ios. I was worried.
Alright, so what you just see here, this little cutscene with this little orb, is it's telling me that, hey, you hit a new level of affinity with Elena. Nice. But what is it going to give me a better ending? I don't actually know. Well, I know, but Casually, you don't really know.
While you were away, I math Aaron.
It's alright. Elena found out in the basement a bunch of texts, and one of them is about the masters, and we actually learned that the masters are at the beginning they are human that were turned into the masters 500 years ago because biological weapons, and but the government of Elysia, I'm pretty sure it was Elysia back in the days, decided to close to seal the towers because it was way too dangerous to use. And that's why there is those giant chains in the towers. It's the best way they found to just sell the bosses and sell the towers.
Have time for a quick donation again?
Yeah, sure.
Anonymous donate $10 saying $10 for the grand baguette. It's happening, boys.
It's gonna happen so hard.
Gasm.
This is going to be better than the pineapple pizza I had to eat on the after Golden Sun. It cannot be worse. Now this is not a challenge to make it worse, okay? Just so you know. All right. So anyway, back to the game. Based on the memes. This is the second water dungeon. People probably don't like water dungeon. This dungeon is like one of the most confusing dungeon ever, even in the speedrun. Like up until now, the routes made sense throughout the whole thing. It just made sense, complete sense. So you're just completely lost casually, and you have to do it in like two or three ways. This one you have a lot of backtrack to do. And it's very confusing to do. I'm still not even sure if that's the fastest route to go through, but pretty sure it is. I tried to mess around a lot and couldn't find anything better, but yeah.
We got $5 from Sortex that says, La baguette is huge.
In caps.
In caps.
Nice.
So we are right now on 21 out of $100 needed to get that lovely baguette.
Why is this even a thing? I can't even... Alright, so this is a new trick that I found while trying to figure out a better route. If you just make those guys bonk and fall down, they're going to follow me. Oh, they're all dead! For some reason they just hit the death trigger and they just die and they never appear again. It's cool. I found that and I was just amazed that this was actually a thing. And I tried to see if there is any other place where this could be useful, and sadly there is not. But it's cool. Please grab that. And the main thing that it saves is, first, it saves the fight. And secondly, I was thinking of doing this fight still, but turns out I can still just skip it, so it's just perfect. I'm both saving some Umbrium and killing stuff, and saving time. It just works out pretty well. Alright, so I have to be very careful here with my Umbrium because it's the only place where it's going to last for 2 rooms. This room and the next room, just because it's going to allow me to skip a fight. If it doesn't though, then that means I will have to deal with the monsters, but it should be fine. It should really be fine. Alright, so now you're probably wondering where I'm going. I'm trying to go all the way up again, and to do that I need to reactivate the wheel and turn it one more round. And there is really no way around. It's just annoying me how much it's needed, but it just is. It's so annoying. have to actually go back again and do that. And going to do some backtracking again. Yay! Just so confusing. When we are like pausing the game and just picking it up, I don't know, like 3 months later. This is really the only tower that you need to practice, because it's the only one where the route doesn't make too much sense when you're just trying to follow stuff. Everything else just makes sense. Also, shout out to this camera. I'm usually never able to show it off because there is always an enemy on the way and I need to dodge, but you can just hide there and like that when you open this train. It's cool.
We got a $25 donation from Sakurion saying, "Give this man a baguette." Greens from the German restream.
We also got $15 from Anonymous, who says, ST8 Big B, mate, keep up the good run from the guy behind your back.
Who is it? Which one? I want the name.
He's baiting you.
He's baiting you.
So what I try to do every time I'm trying to open the door is just be right on the door when I use a chain, so that I just have to press A to open the door and just be fine and skip the animation where Aaron just gets the chain back. It's not really that much faster, but it just makes everything easier at least. Alright.
We got a $25 donation from Link Boss. Vive la baguette! Han han han!
Ho ho ho.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, my French stinks. I'm so sorry. But yeah, we are currently at 89 out of 100 needed for that baguette.
Thanks so much, guys.
It feels so good to actually have people donate to get me something to eat. Thank you everyone.
And of course, save the children.
Yeah, of course. It's a money super bar because all the money is going to be on the pocket of someone in here, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be the French crew behind me. Anyway, this room is kind of scary because there is fishes again, and we don't like fishes because they can kill me. It's only faster than the third platform, not faster than the fourth one. So I'm fine as long as I'm in the fourth one. But until then, I'm just always super scared to see a fish just jump out of the water and hit me and make me go back down, and just I have to redo this all again. It's just, terrible. Also considering I'm taking a lot of damage. Alright, that was the final chain. And how did you fall down, Mr. Fish? The poor fish fell down of the water. How sad. It's fine. That way I don't have to kill it or just not deal with them. It's fine. Just it's crazy how many stuff that are happening that I've never seen before in this game. We can't just call that marathon luck. I don't know. It's just fun. Alright, so the boss is... It's possible to kill it in one cycle. You'll understand what the cycle means when I get there. It's just pretty hard because just like the third boss in Wellspring Stable, this boss can hit you from various directions. And he sort of keep changing place. I can just always tell whenever it's moving. And obviously on the first try I can tell where it is. So if you have some donations, go for it. I'm going to try to focus.
We got a $5 donation from Anonymous saying, "Can we make this a pineapple pizza baguette? Love from Plexa."
Hi Plexa. Alright, Plexa is a Golden Sun runner. He was sadly not able to catch the run because he was in Australia at that moment. But yeah, he caught up on he caught up with the memes. I thought we were buddies, Plexa. And by the way, this is still a woman, if you're wondering. It's just that the head is hidden somewhere. Alright, that's the second phase. Basically lost the cycle here because he was just one pixel away to give me the thing. And from now on, the troll can start really hard. So this is the last very trolly boss in the game. Because he has this attack that is going to consist of spinning around and creating waterfall, and it's going to lose like, I don't know, 20 seconds every time it does that, and when it does that I don't know where the hurt is. Please stop turning so I can hit you, thank you. And there we go, exactly what I explained. He's going to show his hurt and then he's going to spin and I will not be able to do anything, and then I lose a full platform thing. So like, again, this is why it's very hard to destroy it in that first cycle of things. Also, you probably realized by now, but it can either spawn tentacles or cannons. Cannons are obviously what I don't want because it's very easy to dodge. Tentacles, you just have to be far away from them. Right, that's the last platform I can get because the last one is the head. If you look at the head, if you reveal the head, it's going to just stop the cycle. It's like hide and seek, except it's worse. Please tell me I can just yank on you. No. No good. Oh, nice. RNG was nice. For now. Yeah. Very close to one cycle. It's going to take a little while if you want to do a whole lot, guys. Because this boss likes to troll you at the very last second and makes you lose like 40 seconds. I did not! I love my audience. Alright, so we're done with the trolley part. Now we're onward to the choke fest that is blazing Citadel.
Thank Ios. I was worried.
So, by the way, you also noticed that I could access any of the towers right now. Any of the 5 towers since Arcadian Tower. It just is that the game intends you to have like an increasing level throughout the thing. So like the final tower, which is True Gold Tower, is for higher levels than Arcadian Tower.
I have after
So that's mainly why we do this in this order. And the other reason was because of the Umbrium management that we had. We can do very much otherwise, but with this new route, we could very well do it differently. Also, I forgot to buy a veteran water. Again, that's new route. Okay, so This is another room where I keep using a numerarium. It has very low chance to troll me. It can troll me though. It will most likely do. It's a terrible room to actually do normally. Just it has a cool mechanic, but it doesn't work really well. We're fine. It was barely not working, but we're fine. And the next room is, again, part of the choke fest. If I fall down, I'm gonna fall down in the moss room, which is very fun. And also, I don't see anything right now. Case in point, I was not really paying too much attention to the screen. This tower is fun, and those platforms that I'm riding in this dark room, you're supposed to change direction with them. It's just a very bad. Like it's a good idea, right? It's just very badly done. Like it's the main thing that you would have to complain about this game is this thing. The thing right there. So I have to turn, go on the left. Have left on my controller. Hey, it's actually working. Actually, showing it to the camera is probably what is doing the thing. Why are you moving the couch all of a sudden? It's okay. All right, so this room is full of bad. I'm gonna take this for safety. There's another one that I skipped because I was very confident with my survivability, and this one is like literally on the way. And yeah, this room is just terrible because even though you only see 2-3 bats, there is probably like a dozen in it. It's just a pain to do it normally. And onward is even more turning, so hopefully I can get this just fine and turn my chains the right way. This is pretty well. Nice. There was a veteran water on the platform down there, but sometimes you just can't grab it because you get a good thing RNG. I actually don't really know how to call that little platform. Even in French, like it's kind of hard. I can't really call that a lever because it's not a lever, but I don't know. Alright, so there is a quick cycle here. I'm not going to go for it because it makes everything downstairs incredibly harder. But I know how to grab this platform. It's fine. It's just that downstairs is just a giant mess. You have to go on the platform while it's going up. When the one you are on is going down, it's just terrible to do.
Hey, Legrand, I have a quick question.
Yes, go ahead.
If you wanted a certain topping on your baguette, which would you prefer?
It would probably be I don't know. That's a rough question. I actually know the name in French, but if I know the name in French, it doesn't matter anyway. Probably just a good old classic cheese and meat, cheese and ham. You see what I mean?
About pineapple.
Not pineapple. Okay. I just say that it's for the children's. This point, I knew where I was going for. This would probably have made it, but I got scared. Again, just like Crimson Peak, this room is pretty cool to do fast. Just way harder. Got that, thank you. I had some moments where Aaron just doesn't grab the ladder here and they just fall down in the lava. It's very fun.
We got a $6 donation from Anonymous. He needs that baguette and nobody paying up, so here we go. And now the baguette incentive is met, meaning that we will get him a baguette by the end of the run.
Nice, good job. You save the children and you give something to eat to a runner that hasn't eaten all night. You're cool. I love you all.
I want to see some omnoms in the chat.
Now I can't wait to see that to get surprised because it's going to be actually be the thing that I asked for instead of something that is going to be completely weird, like pineapple on sandwiches. I don't know how you guys would do that, but I don't want to know. So please don't. Alright, so this room is just very cool to do until you mess up somewhere. It's just so easy to mess up somewhere. It's crazy. This room is very unforgiving. Okay. I actually got the strat that I always want here. Somehow, I never get this because it just becomes a giant choke fest. All right, so this boss coming up is pretty cool. There's a bunch of cool strats for him. And it's cool strat that it's going to save a good amount of time if I have the chance to get them. So first off, I make him full and just deal damage over time, because as soon as I yank, he's going to spawn all the minions that is going to protect his heart. And for some reason lately he spawns them right away. Okay, this doesn't work. Just taking 1 billion of damage. Whatever you want. So I need to destroy these little satellites, otherwise I can damage the boss. It's pretty just like that. Alright, go. Alright.
Alright guys, since the store is not opening until 20 minutes, we actually added a bit more for which baguette topping that we're gonna use. We have two choices, either from pineapple or ham and cheese.
Go for ham and cheese, please.
Yeah, you guys have about 15 minutes to decide before our delivery guys need to run off to the store.
I just want to have a good meal after a run. Only at least once at DSA. Please, guys. I already had double pineapple pizza with chocolate in the middle. So please don't make me relive this experience, this terrible experience. I would be grateful. knowing
Also, your French community guys asked that if you could just slow down the run a bit so they can get everything.
I mean, it's not even in English, so you should be fine. Alright, second phase. Let's go. This is where the fun starts. So I'm have this Veteran Water and Arbrosia here for a reason. It's for this second cycle. Hopefully it does the attack that I want. There we go. No, that is not the attack that I want. It's close though. It's not it. Alright, there we go. One, two, and then the last one. If he does the attack again, please do. He doesn't want to.
We got a $5 donation from Anon saying, ham plus cheese for the legrandgrand, he deserves it.
Thank you. It doesn't. So okay, it seems like I'm going to go for the normal strat here. How dare you do that, you stupid boss that doesn't have a name. Just do that normally. It's fine. If it did that other pattern a third time, I would have been able to do the same thing that I did earlier. Alright, so we are going to the 10th tower. We still have like, well, we have done 9 tower. We should have 4 tower left, right?
Welcome back.
Also, this is an amazing time I'm seeing right now. 148. Holy. I think it's the best time I've ever had after the 4th tower. It's a very easy moment to know what time you have, because the ending ends here, right now. Right after this cutscene. It's basically like you mess up your affinity so hard with Elena that the stuff happens, and I believe that there is an incentive for showing the ending, so we should show that after the run. So yes, stuff happened during that cutscene. We're going to see everything with the ending. So I'm not going to comment on anything that's happening in that cutscene, but we're going to be able to see that.
Was there something?
So the last female tower, because you understood that at this point, the 5 first towers were male towers. The 5 last one was female tower, and every time you had a switch with voices, with the boss's sex, it switched the music, the core. So the like the whole theme is the same. It's just that the core is different. So now this is a very interesting tower, just like Ironclad turret. It just relies on cycles and platforms and stuff like that. If I want to, I could destroy this thing right away and gain an extra level, but I don't really need that. So instead, we're just going to witness the crazy lag that this game can deserve when there is too many enemies on the screen.
We got a $3 donation from Soprano saying, I said those were my last $3, but it looks like I have to save a poor guy from Pineapple, Monkus. As an Italian, the only thing we have in common with French is that we love good food. Here's to you, my cousin. No Kappa pride, though.
Thank you.
And we got a $5 donation from Anonymous. Because of a dare, I've had a bad experience with fruit on a sandwich, too. Please, have some compassion for this man.
You all are wonderful. So how is the bid war going right now?
Ham and cheese is currently in the lead.
Nice. Don't change that lead, please. Thanks. And don't listen to the French guys behind me. They just want to troll me. Apparently they don't like normal meals. This chest has nothing interesting in it. I believe it's Aegis Steel. And like as I explained earlier, there is a bunch of items you can grab on the way in the towers that are just here to create stuff or upgrade your weapons, which is a thing that you can do, but it just takes so long to upgrade the weapons to a point where it just doesn't matter to do so. Like it does in a casual pleasure though, it really do, because like Arcade and Tower becomes way easier if you do that, but we're just gonna skip on grabbing extra items to create some better weapons, because anyway everything that matters is the chain, and as you can see right now, the chain was about here at the beginning of the run, now it's like 3 times more powerful. So yeah, besides the ending and the ending that I explained earlier, which is just get a different ending, though like the reason why there isn't just the ending is because the ending is not really an ending and you can just keep going after you get the ending, and you don't even get any new game plus stuff. There's also other categories for this game. There is new game plus S ending, which is just like it's very easy because you pretty much just one-shot everything, so it's really just execution throughout the towers. Even the final boss just gets usually destroyed. Like it ends at the same time at the ending, and does more stuff than the C ending run, so like just so OP. And there is also a no ending run that I'm the only one to that has ever done, and it's pretty fun. You actually fight the final boss 3 times, because it's just 3 times the same boss.
We got $10 from Anonymous who says, Vivila Germensch. I would be ham, cheese, and pineapple, but pineapple/ananas is a must-have. I love France, and greetings to the German competitors Weserwurst and Sakurion. With best regards, Marvin, aka Arrestium. So yeah, Pineapple is almost caught up, like they're really, really close behind. And you only got a few minutes to spare.
I kind of forgot stuff. I went too fast. I forgot like 2 chains. Just so it's fine. I just have to just go down a little bit. Because yeah, you can either go up or go this way, and this way is the chain, and I just went the opposite one for some reason. I just was like, hey, there's a good cycle to grab this platform. Let's go. It's fine. I don't have to go all the way down. It's just minor hiccup.
We got another $10 from Anonymous. Give this man some pineapple. I heard he liked that. And now the pineapple is in the lead.
No. Please, lover of good food, do something good. This is annoying. Alright, there is 2 strat possible here. If there is this a monster with a purple aura like that, I can destroy it with detonation ore, this item that I have right now. So I just use an Umbrarium and hope that I can use this detonation ore later on. Oh no, I hear the host laughing and this doesn't sound good at all. If you can snipe ham and cheese, please do it. not only you're saving children's, but you're also saving a runner's life.
You heard the plea of a broken runner.
Alright, so I still have two chains to destroy. I only have one Umbrium though, and the two chains I have to destroy are next to monsters. So yeah, if I get like, there is one pattern, like the monsters that I can get are RNG. Either I get no one, either I get like just a random imp, or either I get a giant monster, a giant minotaur, that is pretty much unkillable. So hopefully I only get one minotaur, and the other one, because the other one I can just kill with a detonation ore. That would be great.
Right, some people seem to be fighting here in the donations. So we got $40 from Sakurion again saying, let's try to save him from the pineapple. We also got a $3 donation from Dangio saying, yo dog, I heard you like baguettes, so I put some ham and cheese in your baguette. Hashtag don't make SpongeBob homeless.
We also got a $50 donation from Sartex.
Ooh, nice.
My
Please tell me
boy
my
is
ambition.
not getting pineapple. So yeah, with only 3 minutes to spare, pineapple is currently at $20, and thanks to those 3 donations, ham and cheese is in the lead with $96.
Thank you. Good job. Please no snipe in the other way around though. Please. Just...
I mean, anything can happen. It's still 3 more minutes before we close the bid war.
I know. That's what's scaring me. Alright. Final chain to destroy. Let's see what the RNG gives me. Okay. I can just destroy them. That's going to skip a shop. Nice. Time for the boss. Not gonna try that. I could probably get it, but not worth. Alright, the problem with having done that minor hiccup going all the way up is that I have to redo this puzzle again, which is terrible. Like, this is one of the worst part of the run, because, see, Aaron doesn't always want to jump. And it can be very annoying when this platform is trying to come back. Oh yeah, as I see in the chat, the game is for the Wii, but you can also grab it for $20 on the Wii U. Now the problem is, if you have if you can, as much as possible, try to grab the PAL version of the game, because the US version is has some issues and soft lock on the final tower. If you can do that, you can do it on the first way, because good job, I guess. Alright, this boss is kind of fun. So you gotta have these two platforms at the same place. Like there is only one opening for the herd, and it's going to try to jump every time and send me a bunch of annoying stuff on my way, like going to use some cannons to throw stuff, going to have this little imp trying to kill me.
And time's up. And Ham and Cheese has won the bid war.
Thank you, everyone. You're all wonderful. And you killed the baguette crew.
So yeah, if our lovely delivery guys could deliver the message that ham and cheese is the chosen topping, that would be great.
They're still trying to cheat me, by the way. I heard the buy pineapple. Not cool. Alright. This should be done pretty fast. Again, since I have such a powerful chain and I know how this boss works, it's a pretty fast boss. No! It's at 1 HP. Did that really just kill me? Okay, sure. I mean, I'm expecting to die on this boss a lot because I have just literally no defense. Alright, done. And so yeah, as I explained, there is 13 towers in this game. So I have 2 towers left, and if you watch at the time, 2 towers in 35, or no, 3 towers in 30 minutes is quite a lot. And there's no way I would do 3 dungeons in 30 minutes considering how long it took me to do the first one. Thankfully, the 2 next tower are going to be done at the same time. Spoiler. Because it's a very good gimmick that we're going to see.
Do you have time for another quick donation?
Yeah, sure.
We got a $10 anonymous donation saying the French community will save our boy from the evil pineapples.
Thank you, French community. Alright, so here, giant plot twist. Yes, at this point you probably already knew, because like any great tragedy, the plot is very easy to understand. It's just she's going to turn into a monster, and not only that, she's also going to turn into the 13th master. Elena, that is. Obviously, she's not turning into just a random monster. And I said I could skip this shot, but I did not because hiccups happen. No, don't press Z. Okay, just FYI, I'm still in PB base, I'm pretty sure. A PB that I thought for a good 8-10 months I would have never thought I would be able to beat, ever. Because of how RNG works in this game and how painful it is to run it. Turns out, I've been having a lot of attempts that were pretty close with the exact same shot at my PB. And Chopperman, who I've talked about a little bit, tiny little bit during the commentary, just beat my PB while I was at ESA. And big shoutouts to Chopperman9. He's the second big runner of this game. And we routed this game together when I was done with my casual playthrough. Like I finished the casual playthrough, I was like, yeah, let's speedrun it, and he was like, yeah. I was basically just waiting for someone to route this game together, not be alone. And yeah, we pretty much routed that a year ago now, and we've been trading records back and forth for a while. And at some point, like, he stopped running new game categories, so I had a good lead, and now he just destroyed all of my PBs that are not that good. I found out right before ASA. So now he's in the lead, and I need to beat him. Alright, so you probably figured, I did not explain that, but you're basically doing the two towers at the same time. Well, I explained that, but you're just using those items to steal and just teleports to go into different towers and like do them at the same time. So every towers have 4 chains. The biggest one had like 5 chains, was true gold. So like here it's 4 plus 4. And yeah, we have a pretty good route. This is like the best part of the game. Up until now, we did pretty much the same stuff, even though and every tower did not look alike, and it's a giant puzzle to find a way through all the chains. And this one it's it's quite something.
I just want to take this time real quick to say that after this we do have Titanfall 2 from Guffin, and we do still have one bid war ongoing for that run. It's either to kill the robot versus hurt the robot's feelings. And right now, hurt the robot's feelings is in the lead. So if you want to change that and make sure to kill the robot, then get those donations in.
Pretty harsh. Killing your robot or hurting his feeling? I'm not sure what I want to choose.
Yeah, it is a pretty hard decision. But we got $10 from Arrestium that says, again, vive la Germans. I hope we win this bid war, which you did. Please, Germans community, donate for this bid war.
Alright, so I could go there and just keep going through the towers, but there is still this one chain that is kind of out of the way that I have to hit in this tower. But then, as you saw, every chain rooms are the same place, whether it's the down tower or the dust tower. So I saw that coming, but I wasn't ready to dodge. So I just shielded. Because otherwise I would have been at 0 life right now. But yeah, so how are you going to get to the Dusk Tower room for this? That's a very good question. And I probably know the answer. But do you, chat? I doubt so. This room. Oops, there's no cutscene here. So yeah, I need to grab a bunch of items. At some point I knew how many items I needed to grab on the way in this tower. But when I picked this game back again, I just stopped trying to count, and I just wing it now. It still works, so I'm fine with it. It's probably not that fast. I'm probably losing like what, a second or two to not having an exact route on my items, but I'm fine with that. Right, I should be done with shade stones. Please don't hit me. Did not hurt me. We're good. So this is the last time I'm using the Memoriam here. I got an extra one because I went to Mavda, which I wasn't supposed to do. Just it was just muscle memory at this point. I need light stones though. I really need light stones. So yeah, there is one right here. Like yeah, it's very easy to route the light stone and dark stone that you need throughout this tower, because there is just so many. Literally on the way. This turn. This guy, even though he is like a truck, is very easy to deal with. Just learn how to dodge his only attack that is ever going to deal you, and you're just fine. But don't dodge it, and you're going to lose a Sage Stone. That was a light stone right there. Okay. This is pretty scary because this guy can hit me. Hopefully I just hit the portal like I did. Just fine. It's alright. So this is where the giant puzzle arrives. Again, like as I said, I still don't know how to get to the chain down there. It turns out there is a hidden teleport here. And it just took me forever to find it. Probably took forever to anyone who played this game to find it. Also considering like it's near the top of the tower and I know where what I'm doing, and you can see the timer. It's still kinda low, so when you get up there it's like, okay, I have a very short window to actually find out where to get those where to get there. How am I ever going to do it? Oh, well, it's too late. I have to come back to give Elena some flesh, otherwise she's going to turn into a monster. And I want to save her from that. Okay, fine on stones? Question mark? I should be fine with the stones. Yeah, I need one dark and one light. What am I trying to think? I'm trying to think too hard. Now coming up is the final troll of this tower. Like, how am I going to get the last chain in the light world? The light tower. Don't tower. Well, you just use a stone here. And hey, there's a portal in the chain room. And there we go. We're done with the two towers. So, big question, chat. Since we opened the two buzz door, there we go. At the same time, what do you think? Are we going to fight them one at a time or both at the same time? That's a very good question. I see one at a time in the chat. Okay. Alright, let's go. So yeah, it's one at a time, as you can see. But I can't deal any damage right now. What? Oh no, am I softlock? Please. What is happening? Oh no. Wait, why am I in the down tower all of a sudden? This doesn't make any sense. Does that mean I have to kill the light tower first? Oh god. It's probably because I'm getting tired. I did such a terrible mistake. Alright, let's go. Let's try to do the same thing as usual. Alright, I was just joking with you. It's at the same time. You just have to unlock them at the same time. And by the way, this is light and it's the two towers at the same like if you look at the map you're going to see it's Blacklight Barbican right here, so it's basically just the two towers merging. Would be great if they attack me. Nice. So I need to use some of the dark boss attacks to damage the light boss attack, and since one of them is a female and the other one is a male, well, we get to hear two themes, the two cores, and the theme is slightly revamped to give you an even better sensation of epicness. So as I explained earlier, trying to pull on the chain and dodging two enemies at the same time is kind of hard. It's pretty doable. So the first boss is nearly dead. But I'm not gonna kill it yet, because if I try to do so, then his twin, actually, is because they are twin brothers and sisters, is trying to revive him. So I have to kill them both at the same time. So I'm just going to keep it at very low HP and just wait for it to do the thing. So please do the thing, Mr. Boss. Do something, light boss. For once, I want you to do something. Alright, that's fine. Just going to stay behind.
We got a $3 donation from Saretz saying, "It's me again. I need Legrand to dab with Link Boss holding a baguette in his mouth."
Probably after the run. We're nearing the end and it's pretty intense. That's a freaking PB right there. Alright. So we just got 2 levels from this boss. It's nothing much. And now we're going onward to the last tower, Centrum, to fight the final boss. But oh wait! This is the ending. Maybe it's going to be different from S ending, right?
So,
So yeah, I wanted to show some of the cutscenes during the run, unless I get a PB chance, which I knew had a very high chance to happen. So sadly, I'm not going to show Elena eating flesh, which is some very interesting cutscenes to show because it shows how disgusting it can be. Um, but I know I can PB right now, so I'm just going to just go for it. Alright, we don't know where Elena is, and hey, here she is. But she kinda changed. Just a little bit. So she has two different attacks that I can do damage to. This fireball attack and nurse attack. It's two attacks out of the six she has on her true form for B ending and A ending and S ending. And it's the two easiest one. So like this boss is really free. Just have to dodge at the right time for this fireball attack. And now it's possible to do this attack in 2 turns. Stop turning Zeron. Oh yeah, this monster form is called Zeron, by the way. Can you please just do the attack I want? That's a PB right there. Woo! Alright, I'm going to show the ending.
no.
And then we're going to go for the ending.
No, this cannot be.
Just saying, this is the worst ending of the game. Even the ending is better, in my opinion. I will let you discover what B, A, and S are. In my opinion, A ending is a better one because it just fits everything that you see in the game. This one just doesn't make any sense.
Legrand,
Yes?
please step over to the hosting station.
Oh my god.
Please come over here.
I'm
Take off your
coming? Okay.
headset and come
I'm
over
coming.
here. All right. Oasis, can you kill the music? Because this, we don't need any music right now. All right. Legrand, as known as the jacket guy, please bend your knee. Dear ESA, dear viewers, dear speedrun communities, on this day, the 29th of July 2017, the French community officially acknowledges legrandgrand as a Knight of the Baguette and Pineapple. Please stand up. Yaiv will give you your official baguette and the price of the bid war, which is ham and cheese. All right. Oh, that was. Oh, died for a second. Hello there.
Hello.
How does it feel to now officially be acknowledged as the Knight of Baguettes?
I don't know. It's very surprising. I wasn't ready for this. I was thinking it would take me like a good, I don't know, 2 years more of training and practice just to get that goal. It's really just feels amazing. I would like to thank my family, my friends, the French community for being who they are, and yeah, anyone who just helped me throughout this and allowed me to get this baguette. Thank you very much.
So you just speedran Pandora's Tower, I believe new game ending C.
Yeah, exactly.
And it ended about 2 hours and 20 minutes. So it is supposed to be ending C. Does that mean there's more endings?
Yes, there is 5 endings total: D, C, B, A, and S. It really just depends on the affinity we have with Elena. The ending is just completely messing up your affinity with Elena. So it's like Zera basically grabs an extra item that you give to Elena, and she refuses that because it just reminds her of being a monster. And we give that her 3 times in a row, just because you have to. The other endings are not really that interesting to route, except maybe S ending. I have a route that kind of works. Yeah, it just really just give completely different endings and just interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so this one was about 2 hours and 20 minutes, right? Do you know how long the other kinds of endings would take to speedrun?
The ending is about 30 minutes faster because, as I explained, you finish the 9th tower and then you just kill Elena. I was hoping to show that on stream, but it's fine. S ending, it depends on how you would work with that. A, B, or S would be approximately the same length because you would just grind for a bit and then just do the final boss, the same boss for the 3 of them. Like it depends. With Chopperman, I think that an ascending speedrun would be with New Game Plus content because New Game Plus content will allow you to increase the affinity way faster, while Chopperman thinks that it should be completely new game, so no other boss fights than the ascending fight. So I think like the ascending would be this way. I think is around 4 hours. With the way Chopperman thinks, it would be quite longer. Yeah.
Now the real question. Do you want to eat your baguette?
I really wanna eat this baguette. You've been teasing this for like 2 hours, so I'm getting pretty hungry here.
But yeah, it's well deserved. Enjoy your baguette and ham and cheese, and thank you for the amazing run.
Thank you.
Legrand-
Congrats on PB.
Yeah, congrats on PP, yeah.
Thank you.
But yeah, legrandgrand everybody!
Thank you, everyone.
Enjoy.
Yes. So our next run up is Titanfall by From McGuffin. So before that, we'll throw you a quick ad. So stay tuned.
Sometimes a lot can be done with very little. The best investment we can make is in children. To work with human beings from the very beginning of their life.
We work in far corner of the world. We provide training and chance for children to grow up healthy.
شمال شبابي لشيت تيس أون شخصم هش بارو لما تيس أون شخصس
Todo lo que yo sé lo voy a compartir a mi gente, a apoyarlos y para que los niños crezcan lo mejor.
شباب متبقى بسبا متبقى بنيتش لالتا
We work in far-flung, isolated rural areas. We can build small-scale projects with a few families and in the community in general, and then they can have impact on the life of thousands and sometimes millions of children in other places.
I believe it's very important to work with children in the early years. You help them to grow into their full potential.
Most people know Save the Children as an international organization. Very few people know about the work that we do in the U.S.
Investing in children's lives is investing in the future. When the tsunami hit into 2004, we have been here for more than 30 years.
We respond to any emergency of scale anywhere in the world. We're unique in that we are specifically looking out for the welfare of children in an emergency. And sometimes those needs are very different than the needs of adults and the rest of the community.
It's not just about financial resources that help children, advocacy and policy change. A national government to change their policy around children, that can affect millions of kids' lives. That's why the work of Save the Children is so important. We're there in the communities, working with community members to make sure that kids get an education, they have access to health care, to make sure they're protected from harm.
The world is facing many challenges. We often wonder, what's the best we can do to heal the world, to make a better future for mankind? The future of the human race is really in their hands.
Okay, right, let's go in 3, 2, 1.